far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic now. Yes, I should hope so, huh? I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Raiden?
Doctor.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units from your foes. And 2.
Absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
The combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and services in exchange for it.
How generous.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus. Had the wall come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
3 mics out and closing. No activity at the airbase. Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brain-jacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
Andrei Dolzaev, leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
Humani's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sane. I believe you've met.
The only problem I see is that nickname.
I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
And then Raiden became a compadre. Alright, so a good way to set things up. Job went bad. Now we're trying to clean up the mess a little bit. Although considering this game's plot with how Russia's involved and how regions can be destabilized, it actually kind of parallels what's going on right now in Russia.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you look at my health bar, I'm at 170%. You can get to that by as a default starting health by just upgrading Raiden as much as possible, and this is the Zandatsu technique. So what that does is whenever Raiden extracts his enemy's fluids, his health goes back up, and then if you see that red gauge, that's actually it's essentially a timer for how long you can be in blade mode. They're your fuel cells. Yeah, Zandatsu will also fully recharge that. And a really good way to get an S rank in any given combat sequence is to do a crap ton of Zandatsu.
Mm-hmm. You get bonus points every time you do it.
Yep.
So.
And this game's currency is battle points, so you can use that to upgrade Raiden, buy new weapons, upgrade your weapons as well. Yeah. I would have done it for this playthrough, but it would have been awfully repetitive if I did, so I just take my liberties with the Zandatsus and do it every now and then, but not with every single enemy. Also, as Doctor mentioned, you can cut off your enemies' left hands, but I don't do it very often, since I'm usually aiming for Zandatsu. But I feel like the more left arms you collect, you'll start unlocking wigs, or at least that's how I understand it. And wigs, they're kind of like the bandanas in Metal Gear Solid proper. Once we get to the customized screen, I'll try showing one off if I roll over it. But the last wig that I unlocked in this game was one that gives Raiden infinite fuel cells. So essentially unlimited blade mode. But you do have to buy those upgrades, you don't get them automatically. You just unlock them, then you have to buy them, then equip them.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, there's still people.
People who terrorize.
Kind of.
They're still here.
I kind of like how every time there's like a doctor with some wartime scenario, they always go the stereotypical road of making him German.
Dr. Strangelove much?
Come on!
Mein Führer! I can walk! Riding
There's this game, the Doctor in Team Fortress 2 is German!
Don't forget Call of Duty, Black Ops.
Oh yeah, Dr. Richtofen.
So yeah, no damage, S rank. Woohoo!
No, you cannot continue. Red wall.
Unfortunately, the game does that too. And also, there are times like this where you have dialogue, and you can skip it by holding the triangle button, as you can kind of see above Boris's head there. But yeah, Boris is essentially the colonel for this game. But yeah, for the sake of plot, I won't be skipping these. I'll just have Raiden walk around and just show off the environments. This game is probably one of the best looking ones on the PlayStation 3, if you ask me.
Then head down to the rear of the refinery.
Still, I think they anticipate us. They will probably have a grand reception awaiting you at the old city. Do not let your guard down.
If you wear alternate costumes and you fight bosses, do they have any different forms of dialogue at all?
Not that I know of, but then again, I don't own any of the DLC costumes. And none of us pre-ordered this game, so...
I did.
Wait, you pre-ordered it?
Mm-hmm.
From where?
GameStop.
Did you get a bonus costume for it?
Yes.
Do you remember which one?
I think it was just the original.
MGS4, Raiden? Or?
MGS3, I think.
He wasn't in 3.
That'd be 2.
4, yeah, never mind.
Okay, there we go. Alright, so what I'm trying to set up right here is a stealth takedown from above. It's a little finicky, but yeah, once you get that prompt, you can do this.
That's like, that feels so satisfying when you can do that.
But I can't take it seriously with Raiden dressed up like that, I'm sorry.
You know, it would have been perfect if he was followed by a mariachi band the entire time. Trying to stealth kill. What's that music?
Play La Cucaracha every time you successfully kill someone. So please someone make an edit of that.
Now I remember the other stealth, or the other pre-order bonus. You get the, who's the ninja?
Solid Snake? Or
no, in the first game, who was the...
Gray Fox.
Yeah, you get Gray Fox's sword.
Oh. Gray Fox's sword or his skin?
Sword.
Oh, nice. So yeah, that's another way you can stealth kill, by just walking up behind them.
Yeah, that's the easiest way. Look at every... Why do you have a sombrero? Oh yeah, like they're not gonna notice that.
Nothing suspicious here.
What's this? A barrel with a sombrero? It's also really nice that Raiden can just clean his blade by whipping it. Okay, I forget. What do I? Oh.
Yeah. So they can't see you, like with the freaking sombrero. Well, I guess it's
apparently.
It's an alternate costume, but still, sombrero should obviously give it away.
I like how they never hear you stealth killing anyone, despite the fact that like there you can hear people drop.
Okay, that was drawn out, but I got it.
He is scared to death, Raiden. Let him know he is safe.
The barrel sombrero.
I don't think I've saved any of those people.
He's the only one that I'm going to save. There are going to be other opportunities, but I'm a little too bloodthirsty. Oh, look! Gecko! From Metal Gear Solid 4! In Metal Gear Solid 4, because of Metal Gear Solid 4's gameplay style and mechanics, these things were scary because they could kill you really easily. In this game, no, they're not really
I remember
an issue.
Andrew's cousin playing it. Was it on like the highest difficulty? He was like this close, literally like 3 inches from like getting to another cutscene, and he died.
From what?
Was it the gecko or was it soldiers?
It was soldiers.
Oh. And then there was one, he was holding a soldier up at knife point, and the other one just like caps him in the head. It was like hilarious.
Was that the fabled "Give me your money" story?
Yep. And then one, he put a bunch of magazines in front of a locker, he hit it, and he couldn't get out because there was like 20 guards there.
Well, thankfully Metal Gear Solid lets you play how you want. It's just, it really is a stealth game. So
Remember, he walked up there, and then he goes, "Whose footprints are these?" Then he walked to the locker.
Yeah.
And it was the desert, too.
Oh, wow. So you can pretty much Zandatsu any enemy. The only one that I remember that you can't are the tripods. I can't remember what their other name is, but they're the small black spheres with 3 arms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're referred to as tripods in this game, every now and then.
They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah. If they swarm you, they can be annoying, but we'll get to that later.
RPG.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but that's an item box. I think I give up on this because the game just doesn't want me to get it. Whatever. Yeah, but you can pick up items for Raiden there. Oh, and also I'm not doing this in any stealth-related way. I'm gonna be going in gun, sword,
You could say guns
blazing.
a-blazing even though it's not.
So whenever you get that little blue haze around the screen, that's usually an opportunity for you to go into blade mode. But yeah, as I was saying, this game can really wreck you if you're not careful. It is hack and slash, but there is some form, it does want you to have some form of strategy when you're trying to take down your opponents. And also enemies can surprise hug you from the back.
I just want to give you a bear hug.
Yeah, so that'll restrain you, so you just have to jiggle the left stick, left stick as much as possible. Also, in certain instances, if Raiden, whoa, that was quick. If Raiden counters an opponent's attack, he'll automatically strike. But as you saw there, that doesn't always happen. Alright, these enemies are also relatively easy compared to the enemies that we'll see later on, because that red square that you see, you want when you're in blade mode, you want to hit that when you're in blade mode in order to be able to perform a Zandatsu. Later enemies are going to have armor, so you're going to have to knock their armor off first before that red square is going to show up. Right, that terminal there that you see is it's a VR mission, so just go on a fresh playthrough if you haven't run across it yet. Just go to it, and then you'll get a prompt, and then you'll unlock a VR mission.
Alright, see you guys next time.
Yep.